We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that you came. Mr. Palmer T. Smalls ain't a damn thing changed. We talking under the tree. Yeah, we got them hot topics from Carolina to Duval. That's how we rock it on prime time. Check out the podcast. It's online. Hit us up. We got a platform. You gon' shine. It was all a dream. We here now. Let me hear you say it loud. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree.
T. Smalls, what it do?
What's going on? The weatherman. How you doing, brother?
I am the weatherman. What have you been up to lately?
Oh, man. Staying out the way. Staying out the way.
In Jacksonville, Florida, they usually say, "What's up, my boy?" That's what they do.
Oh, what's up, dog?
We have Miss Flemming. She's going to talk about some trauma that she went through as a child, and her mother contributed to it. She went to college and she had some abuse mentally. And I know some of the backstory, and I think it's pretty sad that your mother would do that to you. T. Smalls, we had a conversation backstage. What's your thoughts about being bullied, especially by your mother?
I hate bullies, period. Ain't no call for that. I don't care who it is. Bullying ain't, you know what? I grew up from a family where we had something for them bullies.
Are you surprised it was by her mother?
Well, it's a sensitive situation. It shouldn't be, but yeah, a little bit surprised because that's supposed to be your emotional comforter. You know what I mean? Somebody that you're supposed to take you under their wing and teach you what life is all about, especially a woman.
T. Smalls, before we get cracking, I think she needs a picker-upper. Go ahead and sing her a song, whatever you want to sing. Make her laugh because of the situation she had to deal with as a child. Just throw something out there.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, smile real big. If you're happy and you know it, and your face is really showing it. If you're happy and you know it, crack a smile.
That's not bad. One time for your mind, two times for your soul. I'm the weatherman on the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast with T. Smalls and Miss Flemming. We're going to take a pause for the calls in 33 seconds. We will be right back. One time for your mind, Smalls. Finish it again.
And two times for your soul.
See you in 33 seconds.
Kingpin Music.
Okay, we back. Hey, Smalls, I was thinking today, it appears that most full-figured women catch a lot of hell in society and they get teased a lot, bullied, and so forth. Before we get into Miss Flemming's comments and, we get into the interview, have you ever experienced that in high school, seen, like, especially women get bullied or teased the most?
Well, go ahead. That was on me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. That was on me?
Yeah. Have you ever experienced like women, especially full-figured women, like, when you were going to school and your path in life, that they get teased the most out of any demographic of women that's out there?
Well, not really. Uh, a lot of the 4-figure women that I went to school with back in the past, man, most of them was pretty popular. Dog. Some of them was, probably had a little issues at home or whatever that we probably didn't know about. Back in the days when you children, you don't really understand. But a lot of them, man, was pretty popular. So I can say yeah and no. For the ones I used to think about and be like, "Oh, what's going on with her?" Yeah, for the ones that was already out there and popular, I was like, no, they I know they ain't experiencing nothing bad at home.
Ms. Fleming, now let's get into this thing.
I'm ready.
We had a conversation backstage, and I was kind of hurt that your mother would actually call you names growing up. At what age did this start?
9.
Okay, 9 years
At the
old.
age of 9, my name became Fat Bitch,
Wow.
and it was consistently said. Um, and at 9, you're like at that age where you're trying to figure out why is she talking to me like that? I'm her daughter. She's supposed to love me, but that's not what I got. I got if she was mad, I needed to stay out the way because I would be more names than enough. I would be the one that got punished. I was the one who actually stayed in trouble. So I learned, okay, I need to get good grades. Okay, I need to make sure the house clean when she come home. And that's at a young age, just so that she wouldn't call me out of my name. And every time I wanted to do something like go outside, it was, don't nobody want to play with you. You can't run. But what she knew was I had a lot of awards for running all through elementary school. And I'm
Nice.
like, I won all these, so why are you saying I can't? And I learned that I had to be my own advocate. I learned at a very young age I had to stand up for myself. Um, be always be respectful, but I had to stand up for myself. Um, I didn't always my safe place became my grandmother's house. So every Friday, I was ready to go, packed and ready to go. School let out, I was ready to go. I'm out of here,
Yeah.
because that gave me my peace. And at a young age, you shouldn't have to worry about having peace at home. Peace, trying to go somewhere else to find peace, because your home should be your safe place. But I didn't feel safe at home because of the verbal abuse. People don't think verbal abuse is real. Some people think, oh, it's nothing. Oh, you just trying to get over. You just don't want to do something. No, it's real. And that's why I had to develop a thick skin, and I had to also have a strong self-esteem. It had to be high because I always wanted to always be better than I was the next day. Always wanted to be better because I always knew what I was going up against. Even in school. Yeah, I did the activities in school. I was on the pom pom squad. I was on the I was one of the people who did the little batons and stuff like that. I did all that stuff as a big girl. And she used to always tell me, I never forget one time she said to me, no man is ever going to want you. I mean, that was ritual every time. If a boy called the house, oh, you don't want to talk to her, she fat. And I'm like, well, dang. Okay, well, maybe I'm not worthy. So, okay, so let me just pour into myself. So for a while, I just didn't date. I didn't even give boys my phone number because of what I was being told. It had nothing to do with I had low self-esteem or anything like that. But if a boy came up to me and said hi, I could hold a conversation about any subject,
Right.
from sports, anything. I could talk about it because I made myself well-rounded because I knew what I was up against.
Hold on 1 second. One second. I'm gonna run something by Smalls about this situation that you shared with me, and I'll let you piggyback off it, Miss Fleming.
Okay.
You stated a day or two ago that your mom, I'm talking to Smalls. Smalls, she stated that her mother beat her for 30 minutes straight over a Snicker bar. Can you imagine the turmoil that would do to a child, Smalls?
Yeah, at that age, over just a piece of candy. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you're a child. What you supposed to
7th
do?
grade. I was in the 7th grade.
Yeah, what you supposed to do?
And the funny thing is, I didn't eat her Snicker bar. My stepdad ate it. And
Oh
when
man, yeah.
when he told her he ate it, she threw the belt at me and said, "That's what's something that you do next time."
Well, I got a
No
question for you.
apology,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no apology, no nothing. And she slammed my bedroom door.
So my question is, during all the times that you was going through all this, did your stepfather ever step in for you and say, "Hey, leave her alone. What you pestering her for, man?
Yes, he
Goodness
did.
gracious."
He did. He did. He would always say, call my mother by her name and talk about, go ahead, leave her alone. She's the one that's getting straight A's. Leave her alone. No, get on the other ones. Leave her alone. I mean,
Right.
he advocated for me.
Okay.
But then him and her would get into an argument because then she would say, "Oh, she's just your favorite." He said, "I don't have any favorites. I got 3 kids. I don't have no favorites." Even though he was my stepdad, he
Hmm.
always thought of me and my sister as his kids.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
And even though we knew, we never was like, "Oh, that's not my father." Oh, that's not, we never did that to him. Now, when he made us mad, we would call him by his first name. But that's us being kids,
Yeah.
because we knew that would make him mad. Especially you're talking about somebody who had been a part of our life since 1974,
Right.
Right,
all the way up until his death in 2016.
Wow.
right.
Sorry to hear that.
Let me run this by you also. You also mentioned that, well, let me hold on a minute. The older I get, I'm noticing that it's a lot of rape, towards women that go on in college. When I was younger, I always heard about it. There's a lot of females getting raped in college. I don't know if it happened in the dorm, on campus or whatever. And you did
It's
mention,
real.
and
It's
you
real.
mentioned that it happened to you. Could you share some
It
details?
happened to me.
Hold on
I
a
was
second.
a
1 second, and also share what your mother told you. Go ahead.
I was I was a sophomore, and I was talking to this basketball player, and he was walking me to my dorm. I'm a virgin, so sex was new to me. And he was like, "You want me to walk you upstairs?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm only going up 2 flights of stairs and go through the door. My dorm room is right there." He said, "Okay." He said, "Then I see you tomorrow at breakfast." I said, "Okay." And I went in the door. He watched me go up the first flight. At the second flight of stairs, there the guy was. And I said, "Oh, you scared me." He was like, "Yeah, I'm here for you now." And I'm looking and I'm like, "Okay, let me keep going." So I tried to run up the steps and he grabbed my leg and caught it and slid me back down the steps. I am yelling and screaming. No one heard me. And I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He said, "I look like I need to be fucked." And I'm fighting him off. And then he pulled a knife. And to this day, I still have the scar where he was just scraping me. And I'm like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die." And I went to he raped me. I called campus police. They came, the ambulance came, the police came. They took me to the hospital. They were like, who do you want to call? I said, I'm going to call my mom. I called my mom, and she answered, and she said, oh, so you got your first piece. And I just cried, and she hung up on me. So I called my uncle, and I asked him to speak to his wife, who was my auntie, and I told her what happened. 45 minutes later, they were there.
Wow.
And for me, that put me in a shell where I didn't trust nobody. I didn't trust anybody at that point. I started saying to myself, even my friends were like, you've really changed. And that's when I realized I need to fix me. And I got into therapy. And through therapy, I started healing. And why are you going to therapy? Because I'm sick. I was like, I got raped. That's something I need to learn how to deal with. I need to be able
Right.
to talk about my story to help somebody else.
Amen.
And I was girl number 15 that he had raped.
Wow.
All of us, we were we got a lawyer, everything. When it came down the week before our court date, it was two of us still standing.
Was the
Only
pressure
two of us.
was the pressure just too much or
They, they, they were scared
right?
because, the school, he was a star football player. The school was pressured. The school was pressuring the girls. They were having people come and talk to us. And I was like, no, I'm going through with it. No, no. Oh, and they had one guy come and talk to me and was like, oh, you girls like to have sex. And this. I was like, no, I was a virgin. No, I was like, no, because I was taught you don't have sex till you get married. Because
Right.
I was raised by old people. I was raised
Right.
by my great grandmother and both my paternal and maternal grandmothers. And they drilled that in my head. You
Right.
know, you don't have sex. You don't give it to the little boys until y'all get married. But that didn't happen like that. He took something from me that I could never get back.
Yeah,
Never
let's
get it back.
hold on one second. You shared something with me that your mom kind of teased you with food or finagled food with you about the portions or something like that. Could you please enlighten us?
My mom was ruthless. I eat kind of funny. I may eat my starch, my vegetables, then I eat my meat. If I didn't eat my meat by the time she was finished in up her food, she took my meat. So that means I only ate the vegetables and the starch. But if I started eating my meat first, she would take my whole plate and throw it in the trash. See, my like I tell everybody got a different version of my mom. And they were like, oh, I told everybody, I'm gonna talk my truth because it's mine to talk. Because I know what I went through. And everybody said, oh, well, she wasn't like that with me. She wasn't like that with me. That's because it was you. You weren't me. Even when I told her that I was getting married. Oh, you found somebody that want to marry you? On the day of my wedding, she told my ex-husband, because he's my ex-husband now, um, you sure you want to marry her? She fat.
That ain't got nothing to do with
At all.
it.
At all.
Wow.
And I was like, why would she do that? And they were like, she telling people, oh, it's not going to last. I mean, she was just like really downplaying me getting married. And I paid for my own wedding. I put my own wedding together by myself. And we lasted 22 years.
Wow.
So, and the only reason why we got a divorce is because I tell them quick, I don't play the hit game. Don't put your hands on me to hurt me. You can hit me to and playing and stuff like that. But if
Yeah.
I feel like you're hitting me to hurt me, I'm done because you'll never get a chance to kill me.
Right.
Right.
Hold on
And
one
that's
second.
just,
Go ahead.
I stood strong on that. And he didn't believe me. He did not believe me. And my family didn't believe that I really walked away from 22 years. I was like, yeah, I'm walking away. No, he hit me.
Well, you know what? Walking away is better than not being here at all. At least
Exactly.
at least you had a chance to walk away. Some people ain't had a
I'm
chance to
gone.
walk away.
No, I wanted to walk away. And I had and got right back in therapy because I needed to heal from that. I didn't have a low self-esteem. I never said, oh, woe is me. Oh, I'll never find. I went through a depression.
Right.
I thought about committing suicide. But then when I got back into therapy, because that's why I got back in therapy, because I thought about committing suicide. And I was like, that's not you. No, you need therapy again.
Yep.
You need to
Take
fix you.
suicide off the table. Take suicide off the table.
You
Yeah.
need to fix you. And I recognized I needed to fix me. And so I went cold turkey. I stopped dating. I stopped responding to guys. And I just got, I took care of me.
Okay. Let me ask you about this situation. I'm sure you got teased in school, right? Okay. And then you had to endure with your mother doing the same thing. Okay.
Yep.
That's like back to back.
Back to back.
So how was your mental health as a kid? Does it still affect you to this day somewhat? Because it's an old saying that some things never really leave, you just deal with it.
I deal with it. Um, I became very passive. My self-esteem wasn't low because everybody's like, oh, her self-esteem is low. No, my self-esteem wasn't low because I still carried myself as a person of power, trying to take my power back. And that's what I always held on to. You are in control. You keep your power. Don't give nobody that power. And even in elementary school, I was bullied. I've I've only gotten I've gotten into 7 fights in school because I was fat. And the girl was like, "Oh, you can't do that." And if I did it, then they want to fight me. And then the fights I had with the boys is because they didn't know how people would accept them liking a big girl. So they just picked on me. And one of the guys, he even when I ran into him about 5 years ago, he said, "I'm sorry." I said, "I'm sorry for throwing you across the room." Because if I say leave me alone, that's what I mean. Leave me alone.
Right.
But he just kept pulling my hair, popping my bra strap, unbuckling, snapping his finger, my bra strap coming to loose. I had breasts. So guess what? Bam. And I'm like, he did it again. Can I
That,
go to the bathroom? I need to fix my
that ain't
bra.
that ain't bullying. That's humiliating right there.
And he did.
Mm-hmm.
But because I knew how to deal with that, I didn't let it be like, oh man, he messed with me. Oh man, I was like, no, look, I need to go to the bathroom to fix my bra. He popped it. If he do it again, this is what I'm gonna do. He didn't believe me. Oh, he believed me when I threw him across that room. I did what I said I was gonna do.
Yeah, you cracked the can of whip ass.
I did. I did. I
Miss
did,
Fleming,
and I did.
Miss Fleming, were you would you consider yourself an easy target to be molested as a child because of how your mother was?
No, I didn't think I was an easy target. But not for molestation, but for being teased. Because if my mother started teasing me, calling me fat, a fat bitch, everybody else joined in.
Right.
And I used to cry until one day my uncle said to me, "Stop crying. You know who you are. You know what you are. Go be great." And that's when I stopped crying every time somebody called me, "Oh, you fat bitch. Oh, you fat." I'd be like, is that the best you got? That's what you got?
See,
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm talking about.
When I used to go out
You
to the
start
clubs and
developing
stuff,
that strength. You start making that your strength.
dance with me. No, because I'm gonna go dance by myself. I love dancing. And you better hope that I don't take your man. Because that's what I did.
All
I
right now.
and would
All
tell you,
right
"Oh,
now.
you your man, your oh," but he was just trying to get my number over in the corner. "Oh, that's yours? Oh, okay. Keep talking about me." And that's because I knew, I knew I'm not ugly. I know guys like who they like, but they are so afraid of what the people are going to say. Whoever they is, they scared of what they going to say. I didn't care what they said because I didn't live my life by they. I live my life by me and the things that I want to accomplish in life. I've never gone without a date. I got four guys right now who, if I call them and say, "Hey, I got this event, I need a date," what day is the event?
Oh wow, you doing it
Damn,
like that?
I got it like
It
that.
is what it is.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm it is what it is.
You
They do
you
this
the role.
monthly
You the role.
check-in. "Hey, you seeing anybody?" "Nah." "Can I slide through?" "Nah, I'm not, I'm on that time no more." You see what I'm saying? I got
You
what?
you the roles that grew through the concrete.
That part.
Yep.
That part. They used to back in the day, my cousin them used to call me the book up queen. I was like, it is what it is.
I heard that.
May the
Let,
best one win.
let me
Wow.
ask you this right here. Have you ever been discriminated as far as getting certain type of jobs or
I have.
looked at funny during the interview because of your size?
Yes, most recently, I applied for a job. The head man um, on the screen told me I was the top candidate. I appeared to be a good fit, and he would love for me to go to the next phase. But the lady who I'll be working with, African American woman. See, we always bring us down.
Hmm.
She was like, "Oh, you don't look the part." I would be sitting at reception, greeting people, and that's not what she didn't want them to see a full figure woman sitting at the desk. And I was like, "But if I'm qualified and I'm your top candidate, so okay, all right." And then when I asked, "Well, what is it that you're looking for?"
Right.
She said, "You just don't have the look."
But see
And
now,
I knew
now
what
that's
that meant.
discrimination right there. You
And
discriminating
I knew
now.
what that meant. I knew what that meant
Right.
because she wanted somebody who was a size 12, and I'm not a size 12, I'm a size 18. So, but I don't hold that against anybody because I'm always going to come out on top. And I know that. because where I am now with working, my manager's like, Deittra, sit tight. I'm getting ready to make you my lead. I'm like, okay. He said it comes with more money. I said, how much more money? And he told me, and I was
Hey,
just like,
that's always a plus.
I
Right.
was like, okay, bet. I'm going to sit tight right here. And he started bringing me in the fold of all the important meetings and things like that. And because I know how to talk to people, and because I know my shit, they are putty in my hand. They're like, oh yeah, she's a big asset. Oh yeah, keep her. Oh yeah, she knows her shit. She knows what she's talking about. Because I do. Because if I don't know, I'm a read about it. I had to do that all my life. You know, I want to learn about something, I'm gonna read about it. Because my mom didn't talk to me. Didn't at all.
So you grew up in silence with your mother.
I grew up in silence. And the most whenever she wanted to talk to me, it's because she wanted me to do something for somebody.
Right.
This is the
And I
final
was like,
thing.
oh,
Oh, go ahead.
But
I was like,
usually,
oh, that's good. She's talking to me today.
Hmm.
man, you know,
Go ahead, Smalls. Go ahead, Smalls.
usually, man, when you go through stuff like that, man, and you know, I don't know how your situation was, but I can imagine you probably got numb to that, to your
Oh, I
mom
had
not
that.
speaking to you.
It became because it was so normal to me,
Right.
it didn't even faze me. Because I had to know who I was, inside and out. Knew what I wanted in life,
Kingpin
inside and out. Not what she wanted, not what I not no. It wasn't about her. It was about me.
Hold on. Hold that thought. Did your mother and father get along?
My biological father,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Why do you think all this anger was towards you? Did you look just like him or what?
Just like him.
Okay.
Act just like him. Act just like him. Look just like him. He was, and I think she regretted in some ways not marrying him because she still messed around with him
Mm,
even after she got married. Because my biological father and stepfather got into a fight at the pool hall.
Oh boy, look like somebody spilling the tea
yeah.
now. Spilling the
Oh,
tea.
Hey, Smalls, they call it 8 ball in the corner pocket.
You know that's right. Yes, sir. Yes,
you know,
sir.
that was the talk in the family for a long time. And you know, we were at that age. We were like, well, why would he fight? Why was they fighting? And
Oh,
then it was, oh, okay, we know why they were fighting
yeah,
because my father's mouth
one plus one
was
equals two.
my biological father's mouth was reckless. Yeah, that's why
Wow.
I'm still sleeping with your wife. You know, that's the kind of stuff he would say. He didn't care. Um, but you know, I love both of them. I
Right,
even love my mom. You know, I took care of her for the last 2 years of her life
right,
before she passed. You know, and any other person would be like, nah, nah. The way she treated me, I ain't gonna take care of her.
right,
But I knew that was still my mom.
right. At the
And
end of the
through
day.
our conversations, she said she didn't know what to do with me because she had me so young.
Wow. In closing, that's all I have, and I'll let you close out with a final statement, Miss Fleming, and I'm sure T. Smalls will piggyback. Same thing. I applaud you. Actually, we can talk a long time. I mean, I'm sure you haven't touched the surface on what happened. If you want to share something that's key, and you want to, talk about it, you can go ahead while we're closing out. And I can't even imagine the turmoil and the abuse you went through. That thing about the Snickers really kind of touched me right there. You got beat for 30 minutes over a Snicker bar, but go ahead.
Snickers bar.
Oh, Snicker bar, dog.
But you can go ahead if you want to share something else. We probably going to have to do a part 2, but that's fine. But go ahead and share something else if you would like to talk about it.
To all the big, beautiful women out there, you are loved, you are wanted, and you are worthy. And don't let nobody tell you anything different. And that's what I can say. Don't let nobody tell you different.
That's right.
Good. Go ahead, Smalls. What you got to say to?
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Close it out from your view.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's been a beautiful podcast. Thank you, Deittra, for sharing your story. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other full-figure women out there have similar stories, like yours. And to see that you done came up out of it, because you look very confident right now. I mean, you look like if you wouldn't have tell your story, you would have think that you had a beautiful childhood. Your childhood was on 100. You know what I mean? From the, what I'm saying? If I didn't know you and didn't know your story, right? So that goes to show you that it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
How you finish.
And I heard you mentioning that your mom passed. So I imagine that them years that's coming down to the ending of her life and stuff like that. And my condolences. She made amends with you, because I know y'all probably had a lot of time to talk. A lot of time to talk during those days when you took care of her. And she probably thought at that time that, look, I did all this to my daughter, and yet and still she here by my side till the end of my days. So you know what? Just like you say, to all the beautiful full-figure women out there, you are worthy. This is proof right here. You looking at it. I'm like I tell you, if I did not know your story, I would think your childhood was 100. I promise you.
Hey, Smalls, me too. Hey, guess what? Guess what, Miss Fleming? I'm going to tell some of Smalls' business. I wouldn't do it behind the scenes before you popped on the screen. He said he loved him a woman with gap teeth.
Look, don't be telling my business, dog. Don't be telling my business.
I've had it all my life.
Don't be telling my business, man. You can't.
It serves a purpose.
Look. You don't be telling my business. You can't be telling my business, dog.
It serves its purpose.
Guess what? Hey, guess what, Fleming? Guess what? Hey, guess what he said? He don't want you to close him.
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all see that title right there? Graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. That's it.
Hey, Small, say a little prayer for Miss Fleming that she can keep on keeping on.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think she's trying to get a little, religious words from you, and she want to get saved tonight.
Well, thank you, God, for allowing Miss Deittra Flemming to share her story. God, I look at this full-figure, beautiful woman, man, and you have pulled her. You know that song that I listened to on the gospel hour in the morning? I've been through the fire. Y'all heard that song?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all heard that song, I've been through the fire, right? This woman been through the fire, and look at her now. The rose that grew from the concrete. Lord, continue to keep blessing her. Continue to be by her side. Don't let her past impede her future. In your name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You're getting pretty good at that thing, bro.
I know, man. It just comes naturally now.
Right.
And that's God.
You sung her a song. You sung her a
ma'am.
song. Yeah, you sung her a song and everything.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna let you outdo me. I'm gonna sing a song too. I don't know about one of the
Go
lines.
ahead, dog. I got you.
Hope it don't last always.
Right.
That's all she get.
That's all she get.
Yeah.
That's all I get.
That's always. I got you. Hey, that's good enough. You done put it in the atmosphere now.
Yeah.
Right. But we enjoyed ourselves. Thanks for joining in. I'm the weatherman, T Smalls in the house. And Miss Fleming, you keep on keeping on. Every day might be a struggle, but as long as you got God in your life, nothing is impossible.
Nothing.
Right. One time for your mind, T Smalls, you know the rest, and you know what to do.
2 times for your soul.
The Weatherman, Deittra Flemming, and T Smalls out. Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. See you when we see you. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Kingpin Music.
We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that you came. Mr. Palmer T. Smalls ain't a damn thing changed. We talking under the tree. Yeah, we got them hot topics from Carolina to Duval. That's how we rock it on prime time. Check out the podcast. It's online. Hit us up. We got a platform. You gon' shine. It was all a dream. We here now. Let me hear you say it loud. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. We talking under the tree. We talking under the tree. Let's talk under the tree. Let's talk under the tree.